And welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to El Salvador versus Martinique in Group C of the 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup. El Salvador contra Martinique en la Grupo C de la Copa Oro 2023. El Salvador should win this game. They're playing at Drive Pink Stadium. Doesn't look like there's going to be a rain delay, which kind of sucks because that means I have to stop around, the 15 minutes to get my food I will be eating on stream. It's food that I have to eat pretty much. The one time I needed a delay, it didn't happen. Jackasses. As in the weather. As in Mother Nature, I guess. But you know what I mean. Just a little bit of funniness there. But with that being said, lineups are as follows. For El Salvador, Tomas Romero, Toronto FC, backup. In goal tonight, the back four, Alex Roldan, Eric Caboseta, Eric Zavaleta, and Brian Tamakis. The midfield for Menjivar, Brian Landeverde, Leonardo Menjivar, Brian Landeverde, Christian Martinez, and Eric Reyes, Harold Osorio, and Brian Gill, the front two. For Martinique, Clementia in goal, Labon, Jonathan Rivieres, Patrick Berner, and Florent Pulolo, the back four. Florian Lapis, Cyril Manduki, Bratton Lebeau, and Daniel Harrell, the midfield four. The strikers, Carl Fabienne and Kevin Fortune. For Martinique, who has, we'll see if they have a non-white kit tonight. My prediction today will also be El Salvador 4-0. That's probably what I would guess as well. I think that's a very simple prediction, but I think that is probably very likely the prediction. And finally, TFC fired Bob Bradley, even though it took him long enough, but Bradley's gone now. TFC should try to talk to Mark Briggs or Patrick Vieira realistically. I'd be good with that. I'd be good with those as our manager. I'd be good with those picks, to be honest. I'd take Briggs or Vieira any day of the week, twice on Sunday. So I'm good with that. But we have another match here at Drive Pink Stadium. The two matches today are Drive Pink Stadium, I should say. In Miami, Fort Lauderdale. I'm so happy Bradley's gone, but that's... Is that the Gold Cup intro? Huh. That's different. Or is that just Fox's intro for it? Huh, interesting. Yeah, it looks like something Fox made, but yeah, there you go. El Salvador will very likely be wearing their... Oh, wait, they do have the home blue kits. Yeah, so... That's probably what they'll be wearing. They'll be wearing their blue, yep. So, Martinique will be wearing white. El Salvador, their 13th CONCACAF Gold Cup appearance in this tournament. We got Martinique making their 8th appearance, and they've been a doormat almost every time. There's one time they had a pretty good run, but... No Rob Stone today. Huh, interesting. CONCACAF Gold Cup football. But we're waiting for this match to start. I think El Salvador is going to win. I don't think there's a question of... It's just a question of how many. I don't see Martinique putting up that much of a fight. Again, starting 11, Tomas Romero, Alex Roldan, Eric Cabelceta, Eric Zavaleta, Brian Tamakis, Christian Martinez, Brian Landaverde, Leonardo Menjivar, Harold Osorio, Reyes, and Brian Giel for El Salvador. Thank God USA ain't playing El Salvador because they're hard to break down, and Hugo Perez knows his stuff, especially in the United States, since he's coached our youth, and hopefully one day he coaches us. I mean, to be honest, he should be coaching them right now. But fair. Martinique in goal. Clementia, Lapis, Pololo, Rivieres, Labon, Manduki, Harel, Fabian, Fortune, Berner, and Labo for Martinique. One of the qualifiers through the Gold Cup prelims. They've already played 2 games at Drive Pink Stadium to see where they would be going forward from. So we have another 90 minutes. We have this and Costa Rica, Panama. 2 minutes to kick off between El Salvador and Martinique. And they'll be going very, very soon. They'll play their anthems. They'll get going. And they'll start their match. Sit tight. All right. So we're still waiting to see this start. They're walking out. They'll play their anthems, not on TV. But, of course, Martinique is not a FIFA-ranked nation. They're not in FIFA. El Salvador is, of course. 75th ranked team. Then we have Costa Rica versus Panama later tonight, which we will be live for that, and I will review that. That'll be the review for the night. And then we have Canada versus Guadeloupe tomorrow, both live and review. Then, of course, 2-2-2 double for Canada with the TFC game. Then A and B, both Gold Cup, 1 from A, 1 from B, 1 review, 2 lives. Then on Tuesday, we'll have a TFC double with Canada as well. Double Canada as well with another 45, with another 90 to go. Imagine going to Drive Pink Stadium. It's going to look like when Messi coming to Miami. Very full, I would hope. Packed to the brim, I would hope. Packed to the brim, I would hope. But again, this game's about to start very, very soon. And I hope I don't miss a goal. But El Salvador, Martinique starts off the night. Then we have Costa Rica, Panama. We'll have one more match day in match week or match round 1. Of course, Group D tomorrow. And then we're off here with El Salvador, Martinique. Blue for El Salvador, white for Martinique. Of course, to play forward. Headed on El Salvador. Hopefully I don't miss any goals. I probably will. Here comes Martinique early. They have a chance, but it's blocked away by El Salvador. El Salvador did just draw South Korea 1-1 in their friendlies pre-Gold Cup. Tomas Romero had a pretty good game there. Let's see if that can happen again. Over the top. Nice play. El Salvador already has a chance if they big stop. That'll be a corner. Adonai Escobedo, the referee here from Mexico. Martinique wearing their white kits, and Martinique almost gave one up early. Early corner here for El Salvador. But looked like Reyes made the extra run. Gil brought it down. Reyes made the extra run. Got blocked away by Pulolo. Out for a corner. Cross in for El Salvador. Header down. Chance in. Cleared. Martinique having to play a lot of defense here just to keep it 0-0. 0-0. Just keep it. Goes over the bar from El Salvador. Martinez puts it over the bar. 2 minutes in. Gil plays it back. El Salvador plays it over the bar. .230. Plays up. El Salvador looking to try to score a goal here. 3 minutes in. Yeah, El Salvador is going to score multiple goals in this match. If not 4, probably more. Probably more. 3 minutes in. El Salvador to play forward. Martinique plays back to the keeper. Plays it back. Cleared. Playing forward here is Martinique, looking for a chance to at least get the pressure off. Playing forward, offside is heel. And that allows Martinique to close down that play. Fortune plays forward, blocked away by El Salvador. Cross in. Over the bar. Martinique has a chance. Put over the bar by LeBeau. Broughton LeBeau puts it over the bar. Fifth minute. Nil 0-0 corner here for Martinique. Cross in. Flood it forward. Putting it forward here. That's out for a throw for El Salvador. Well, technically, yeah, they are second right now, aren't they? For a very short amount of time. 6th minute. Sixth minute. 6th minute. All right. Still, Martinique trying to keep the pressure off. El Salvador looking like they're trying. Playing forward. 0-0. 0-0. 8th minute. Plays forward. That's out. Rolled on. Can't keep it in. But it looks like that'll be an El Salvador throw. Yep, El Salvador throw. Rolled on. Gets pushed out pretty much. Plays it back. 8th minute. Eighth minute. 0-0. 0-0. El Salvador still trying to break down the wall. They've gotten close. They got really close early. Really, really close. Playing forward, El Salvador still. Heel can't get there. Plays in front of the defender. That'll be cleared for a throw. 9 minutes in, El Salvador still looking for their first of the tournament. Technically, Martinique's already had a couple. If you want to go by prelims. With that being said, 9-19. Still El Salvador. Nice. Cross. No. Short play. Here comes the centering pass. That's out for a corner. El Salvador still. It is not a Crystal Palace jersey. No. It is not a Crystal Palace jersey. Wow. It's not a Crystal Palace jersey. No. Never mind exactly. Remember when El Salvador scored 15 seconds in Panama? Yeah, I remember. That ends up being a corner. No, it was offside. Goal kick. I'll take a short break at the 15 minutes so I could go get my food. I have to say that has to happen. And I'll be eating on stream for the rest of it. And maybe into the second. I don't know. Something kind of has to be eaten on stream. So there you go. It's done a couple of times. It's been done a couple of times. 11th minute. I don't like it, but I'll do it. Plays forward. Ooh. Never mind. Here's Martinique to have a chance. Shot. Goal. Goal. Martinique. 1-0. Martinique opens the scoring against the run of play. Patrick Burner scores. Yeah, I could see what you're saying there. Patrick Burner scores to open the scoring against the run of play for Martinique. 1-0. Whoa, boy. That is shocking. In the 12th minute, Martinique leads 1-0. 0-1 against the run of play. Nice cross in. Burner makes the run. Zavaleta gets owned. Of course he did. Zavaleta slides way too early. Of course he did. And there's your goal for Martinique. El Salvador was almost breaking down the wall, but Martinique, they've had a couple of chances, and well, there it is. 11th minute goal. Martinique got one against the run of play. That's what happened. El Salvador's been dominating the whole game, except for that. And Eric Zavaleta was sort of the reason why they allowed that goal. He slid way too early against Burner. And Romero just, I don't know what the hell he was doing. So that doesn't look so good. But yeah, Eric Zavaleta sort of made a more Toronto Eric Zavaleta mistake instead of a El Salvador Eric Zavaleta makes the right play situation, you know? I think El Salvador will still get a couple of goals. I don't think this is going to hold, but it would be crazy if it did. I think El Salvador will find it. I think they'll find it. I just hope I don't see any hopefully no goals in like the next 5 minutes. I don't think we've disrespected Martinique, but who knows? Maybe they'll find some. I remember one time they beat Canada back in 2013. I think they did. Did they? I feel like they did. Maybe it was a very bad draw, but either way. I think we did lose to them in 2013. It was either a really embarrassing draw or a loss. But I feel like it was a loss. 14th minute. One minute till I'll take a small break to go get my food. Yes. I think Qatar. I don't know if Honduras even beats Qatar, you know, at this point. I think I did say Qatar got 3 points, actually. I think that was what I said, actually, at the point. Yep, Qatar beats Honduras. I think I said that off the back. So I think Haiti beats Honduras. I think Honduras ends with 0 points. Here comes Martinique. Still with Martinique. Still. Could this be 2? Tomas Romero comes off his line. Makes the save. That'll be a goal kick for Tomas Romero, the Toronto FC backup. Hey, at least he redeemed himself a little bit. He might suck too. Oh, no. Well, is he really going to play? Bradley's dumbass signed him to be the backup, and technically, when you play your backup, mostly it's when your main goalkeeper's on international break. Yeah. Shot! Goal! It's 2-0 Martinique! Kevin Fortune! No way! Kevin Fortune, it's 2-0 Martinique. That's a good way to go into break. Kevin Fortune. Ha! Wow. 16th minute, Kevin Fortune scores. 2-0, 2-0 Martinique. Are Martinique going to make top 2 now? No, that just means Costa Rica, Panama are going to get top 2 in this group instead of El Salvador. That's just what this means. Unless El Salvador can come back. Oh, my God. But I need to go get my food, so sit tight. I'll be back. Kevin Fortune. And he was on. I don't want to see Tomas Romero play for TFC either. Oh, my God. Sit tight, be back. Back. I told you I had to go get my boom chicken, Italian chicken to Cheddar Bay biscuits and rice. Boom. I'll be eating that throughout the night, or at least this game. I don't know about the night, but definitely this game. So there you go. It does look like it. Still 2-0. Still Dos settled. Martinique, I can't believe it, but El Salvador here. Could this be the one they get back? Here's a chance, blocked away. It'll be saved or picked up. No, not really. No, not really. What's the difference between Kentucky and Italian chicken? Well, I'll just call it Italian chicken. Oh, you talk about KFC. Well, it's a chicken breast with cheese and French fried onions on top of it and an Italian sauce. Italian dressing, Worcestershire. Yeah, like that. Oh, bacon bits are on it too. Yeah. Been a normal thing for years, though. I mean, I'm not surprised Honduras got blanked. I can see why you're devastated, but for you, your sake, yes. Me, no. I was just like, oh, okay, that's not really surprising. Might as well. It's something I have to eat pretty much off the bat. So that's why I'm eating on camera. But then again, I did do that MRE review like a week ago. Well, it'll be a week ago in a couple of days. How we doing? I mean, this game could already be over, one. Second of all, I thought Martinique versus El Salvador was going to be just like the curtain jerker that really didn't matter that much, turns out. No, it matters. I'm still eating, though. But Panama, Costa Rica should be done with this by then. Should be. NHL draft, good. How's CONCACAF Champions League going to go in EA Sports FC about Tigres and Pachuca? I heard EA Sports FC also has usable rights for Liga MX. I heard that. I don't know if that person was lying. But, I mean, hell, they put the UEFA Champions League in FIFA without Juventus and some Italian team. So, I mean, they could do the same thing. Be like Monterrey, Nuevo Leon. Shot past the post for El Salvador. Nuevo Leon something. It's like this goes to show that CONCACAF's growing as a confederation. Again, Canada got beat by Martinique back in 2013. I mean, yeah, Canada was shit back then, but still. I mean, El Salvador shouldn't be losing. That's the thing. I mean, look at this. Like, El Salvador should not be losing to Martinique. Growing. What's going on? Oh, and it's like, oh, Hugo Perez's teams are hard to break down. Not so here. Tiger football. Go. Or Nuevo Leon Yellows. Something like that. But if they could do it for UEFA, they could do it for CONCACAF. We all know what it means. Bigger thing is they got to get the Central American teams and at least put them into the rest of the world. If not, get the Central American leagues. Because there's no Olympia. Maybe they have city name. Yeah, Nuevo Leon. NHL awards is today. Draft is tomorrow or Wednesday. Oh, well, who cares? Same stuff. You at least have some hockey stuff. Yeah. We talk about the Champions League where Javinko kicked the free kick and it like went off the top of Nahuel's hand and still went top bin. So we talking about that one? Has to be, because I don't remember that versus Campeones Cup. So that had to be the away leg at El Volcan. Yep. The ball goes to the free kick by Javinko and it just goes off the hand of Nahuel and in top bins. That was amazing. Yeah, there it is. Yep. Man, that's why I call goals the way I do, because I just love that goal call. Like that Spanish goal call on TUDN or Univision at the time, that was just the best goal call ever. That's the best moment ever. Like, yes, I enjoy watching the free kick, even when they have Wildman calling it on a highlight. Or freaking one of the CONCACAF guys, I don't know if it was Watts or they all sound the same. Watts or whoever, right? Terrence Watts, whatever. They all sound the same. I mean, seriously, they do. But when it's that Spanish call from Univision on the Javinko free kick against Tigres, that is just, man, that was amazing. That was amazing altogether. I was watching it in Spanish, that game. And so, of course, that's how I saw it. So I guess that's how I remember it. But that call, even in the moment, was just like, damn, this is big. I was like, this is big. I knew it was big, but, 29th minute, 2-0 Martinique. I agree. Hopefully they just move Bill to the Argos. Salvador kits look too good to be losing. I'd buy an El Salvador jersey here, whatever they're wearing. Sadly, they're losing to Martinique in it, which doesn't bode well for them against Costa Rica or Panama. It doesn't bode well there, doesn't it? It can't. So, probably should spin this. Yeah, there we go. There we go. And it just splits. Tender chicken. It just split. Tender. Fabian gets a yellow. TUDNA. See, this is how I'm celebrating the Bradley sacking. I'm eating on camera. Yep, this game 3. They have to win. Well, whoever wins the College World Series. It's 1-1. 3-game series, of course. You should know this. You watch me cover State versus Vanderbilt. Same rules. I honestly hope LSU wins. Turns out a lot of State fans do too. I didn't know we hated Florida. I know. LSU got their ass kicked. Yeah, I'll just deal with that after the game. Whatever. Plays forward. Oh, blocked away. 32nd minute. But seriously, like, I could eat a freaking pack of French fried onions by themselves if I wanted to. as a snack, I could do it. I've never done it. Well, I've done it a little bit, but I've never eaten like a whole carton. Like when it comes to French fried onions, like on Thanksgiving Day and Christmas Day, yeah, I've eaten French fried onions out of the pack. Or like I've poured some on my hand and eaten them as like a handful because you can before they get like put on the frickin' what is it called? The green bean casserole. But other than that, nice. Well, that sucks to see, but Ned is cooking. Yep. This game's tough for El Salvador because Martinique is just standing their ground like they refuse to break down. If you're El Salvador, I bet you wish that you got that early goal, like that first 30 seconds where it looked like they were about to score. Like they wish they got that. They're going to be kicking themselves at half. I'll give Mo the benefit of the doubt. It was an expansion team. We had so many expectations with Bob, and Bob just absolutely undershot everything. You know, I'll give Mo the better era. Mo had to handle an expansion team. He tried his damn best. It just never panned out. He traded a lot of players, Trader Mo, but you know what? I would rather have Mo Johnston. I'd rather be 7 years old watching Mo Johnston coach this team and be like, they're an expansion team. It's fine. Instead of a big old freaking hunk of expectations with two big Italians who just won the Euros and they completely undersell everything. Mo Johnston played 4-4-2 and some horrible, ugly English football, but at least there were no expectations. Mo had the better era just because of that. I'd rather have no expectations and be like, okay, yeah, sure, it is what it is. They're an expansion team. I mean, I'll give him that. I mean, hell, at least he had tactics, even if it may have been 4-4-2. He had tactics. He at least tried. Now you want to talk turkey. Now let's talk about. No. Chris Cummins actually didn't he have a better PPG than Bradley did? Didn't he? I think he did. I thought I saw that. Yeah. So actually, like out of them all, anybody who's worse than Bradley, I mean, it would be Armis, of course. Maybe Preki. I mean, you could arguably say that Preki. I think Aaron Venter was on to something, and then it just, well, he did make a Champions League semifinal. I'll give him that. I mean, he was a little bit of the reason why we lost that semifinal, because he got a little bit too, what is it? He didn't change his ideals. All they had to do was park the bus. They would have won that semifinal. He didn't. They still played total football. They got owned in the second half. But even then, he got them to a Champions League semifinal. So I'm not even going to say Aaron Venter's worse than Bradley. Armis or Bradley? Ooh. Well, here comes Martinique. Could they score a third? Saved by Tomas Romero. Good foot save. I don't know. I mean, Armis's PPG was so much worse, but he did beat Leon. Bradley didn't have any signature CCL wins or signature. let's say that's their 1+. Bradley won the 2020 Canadian Championship when it finally got played. Armis beat Leon, but they played some good football during that time. Bradley, because he should have been gone months ago. It should have happened before. It should not have happened just today. Bradley overstayed his welcome. Armis got canned when he needed to get canned. So Bradley was worse, to be honest. Who's your pick to win the Gold Cup? Jamaica over Canada. I'm sticking with it. I mean, they could, but any dark horses? Haiti's a dark horse. I think Haiti has a possibility where they could make something out of this. Haiti's a dark horse in my book. I don't know if they'll go that deep, but they could make a statement. Gill gets blocked off the ball, 38th minute. So, you know what, Haiti, I think they have a good chance to be a dark horse, but is it a grease dark horse like a win? No. But they'll make a statement. Haiti's a little bit underrated. I would have said El Salvador, but they're getting their ass kicked by Martinique. So, no. No. That's not happening. If they weren't getting their ass kicked by Martinique, I'd stick with El Salvador as a dark horse, but no. But no. So, Haiti, a dark horse. I wonder what Toronto's going to look like without Bradley, which I expect them to be a little bit better. I think Terry Dunfield actually has tactics. I believe in Terry. It can't get worse. It may stay the same, but it can't get worse. I think it'll be a little bit of a new manager bounce. I think under Terry Dunfield, the team will feel a little bit more comfortable. He'll work what's best for them. I bet Dunfield has a plan. I trust Terry. I trust Terry Dunfield, a legend for the team. I like Terry. I think he's a good interim. In this situation, he's a good interim. I wish they could have called up Javier Perez again, but no. I wonder what he's doing. I don't even think he has a job. They could have called him up. But you know what? I believe in Terry. So I think Terry has a plan. He coached well at the academy level with the TFC under the academy players. I think this makes sense. He still has love for the club. He's going to put passion into this, which they need passion. They need passion. Bradley never had it. At least Bob didn't. Michael maybe, but he wasn't a coach. Michael still probably does have, Michael still does have passion for the team, but Terry Dunfield has passion. He's done well with the academy. I believe in him. I give him his shot. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. He's a caretaker. If it works out, I'm not saying he should be the permanent manager, but at least I'd like to see him do something that gives him a chance to earn that job. I like Terry, so I believe in him. I think there will be a new manager bounce there. And we're not that far out points wise. If there is a new manager bounce and they could just stay consistent, we make the playoffs with how many teams make it. With the way this season went, I'll take it. As well as Leagues Cup, I guarantee you Terry will get them up for that. He definitely knows that Leagues Cup is the path now to get to Champions Cup. And Terry knows better than anybody that this club, for the main team, their objective is getting the Champions Cup. Bradley screwed it up earlier. Terry will get them up for Leagues Cup. Toronto may shock some people there. But we got to see what happens over the next month with the absences. But you know what? Oh, that's why. Yeah. Well, if El Salvador is going to lose to Martinique, you know what? That's a good thing for me because that means we got Tomas Romero playing half the Gold Cup break, so I'll take it. Italian chicken, 2 Cheddar Bay biscuits, and rice, but I'm still eating. How we doing, Isaiah? So, French fried onions are on top of it. This is good. This is my celebration of Bradley getting sacked. I'm eating on camera. It's the most I could do. I was going to eat on camera anyway, but I'll play it like that. How about that? Be like, hey, this is my celebration. I'm eating dinner on camera. It's some, I'll make that joke. Still can't believe El Salvador's losing to Martinique, but you know what? It helps TFC. And Zavaleta's kind of the reason they went down to start off. I wish French fried onions were cheaper so I could eat them as a snack. Or I could make my own. Either way. I'm sure that's something you can make with an air fryer. Pass the post. El Salvador playing forward, trying to get back into this game. They have to score 2 goals to draw, 3 to win, of course. Can they do it? Oh! Patrick Berner and Kevin Fortune scored for Martinique. Right by the half, Martinique might just keep this lead. Or at least keep it 2-0. We'll find out. El Salvador playing forward. Ooh. Yeah. Or ever since Martinique got their new flag, they're playing more badass because they do have a pretty cool flag now. They sort of stand out now. Ball crossed in. Header. If you think about it, Martinique stands out now with their new flag. There'll be a goal kick for Martinique. 45th minute. No, wait, 1 minute stoppage time. If you think about it, Martinique does sort of look like they stand out with their new flag and new jersey colors. Because there's a lot of light blue teams in CONCACAF, you know? You have the USA, you have Honduras, you have El Salvador. Costa Rica has a blue kit sometimes. Yeah, red's their home, but they either have a white or blue kit depending on what they do with the away. Dominican Republic had a blue kit. There's a lot of blue teams in CONCACAF. Weirdly, Guatemala. Is Pulisic really going to Milan? Yep. I said that. Well, let me put it like this. The rumors are following what I was saying. And it's halftime. 2-0 Martinique, 2-0. But I've been saying all summer that it was Pulisic to Milan. That's what I've been saying. So I was pretty much on the money there. AC Miami fans fixing to be pissed he ain't coming to AC Miami. I know that the Miami FC has been around for a while, but I think they should change their name to AC Miami. Like, they should play into this, you know? Like, I get it, but they should do it. If it was me, if I owned Miami FC, I'd be like, yeah, they might not like the rebrand, but you got to play into the memes, right? AC Miami. You have to do it. AC Miami is USL 2 quality. What do you mean by that? You can't do that. But then the Messi fans would learn there's no pro rel in MLS. If the legalities allow it, change Miami FC to AC Miami. Exactly. And then the freaking Euro snobs who are rooting for Messi are going to be like, why is there no AC Miami in MLS? Why is it in the USL Championship? And they've been there for ages. It's called no promotion relegation. That's what it's called. That's how you learn MLS if you're a Messi fan. That's how you learn MLS as no pro rel. That'd be hilarious. Hopefully. AC Milan, not Inter. AC Milan. The Rossoneri, not the Nerazzurri. It's the Rossoneri. Rossoneri. Come on now. Ooh, starting. Unless he pulls a Serginho Dest, but starting. I mean, Leao might be sold. So if Leao's sold, Pulisic's definitely starting. But they could also just push him to the other wing if Leao stays. Who's the worst team in U.S. soccer? Whoever that USL 2 team you were talking about, them. I think so too. Whoever that team was you're talking about, Winvo, that USL 2 team, them. Toronto might suck, but we're not the worst. Did the U.S. bring their C team? Yep, they did. Oh, and Berhalter is still making roster decisions. He's calling in and saying, this is what I want to Callahan. Turns out, I'm not surprised. Goose, yeah. Blue Goose FC. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, they're the worst U.S. soccer team. I mean, yeah, they're USL too, but even then, geez. But Berhalter's still making roster decisions for the U.S. Or he's calling them in now that he's the manager again. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all, Lamau. 2-0 at the half between Martinique and El Salvador. 2-0. I cannot believe it. I mean, I could have believed it if it was El Salvador scoring the 2 goals, but not this. This is just something. Just somehow do self-relegation to NPSL and let someone switch. I hope Callahan can block his number, just ignore him. Like, don't let him pick the roster for you. Callahan picks, not Berhalter pick. If Jordi Mihailovic doesn't start the next game, I'm going to be sure that even though Berhalter got outed, is calling Callahan and telling him what he wants, he's still doing it. Yeah, true. That is true. Yellow, blue, and red. Yeah, but Martinique is playing arguably well. El Salvador is going to finish bottom of this group, aren't they? There's no way they beat Panama or Costa Rica after this, right? There's no way. Well, I mean, why would you want a U.S. player to go to Juve? I don't know, like Timothy Weah might do. Oh, and they're going to play him right wing back. What? Hunter season, my friend, is probably gouging his eyes out. For this? I thought he'd be happy. Because El Salvador is their mortal enemy. Last night, yeah. No, they got beat by Lambert Jimmy. Yeah, you probably would be gouging your eyes out. But this is a good respite. Lambert Jimmy. I didn't. I had to do this Gold Cup stuff. So. I meant for yeah, there we go. I had to do the Gold Cup stuff. Besides, like I didn't want to celebrate too much, because it really would have just been a celebration. I've said what I had to say for weeks. I don't think I have to say it one more time. Just go to, like, what? Half of the videos I've done over the past 6 weeks, I mean, I've basically said what Bradley is and why he needs to go. I don't need to reiterate that. So I didn't feel like I needed to reiterate that. I was hoping for Mexico versus El Salvador in the knockouts, but I'm not so sure it's even possible anymore. Yeah, it's not possible, at least after this. I don't see why it would be possible. But that's just me personally. Dodgers come to Colorado tomorrow. All right. The Dodgers should win. Los Dodgers. There we go. Still even, but yeah, the Los Dodgers. Tender. I hope TFC go on a winning run. I said they would never be good again. Well, Bradley, TFC wasted 20 games. Yep. And a can champ, too. To be honest, TFC wasted 54, 60. They wasted 60 games with Bradley. Yep. Because you had 1, 3, 5. 1, 3, 1 is 5. Or 59, my bad. 59 games with Bradley. They wasted 59 games with him. Yes. That was dumb. At least they did it to where Dunfield could prepare for Leagues Cup. Instead of right before. Lol. I mean, seriously. Still halftime. Number Jimmy. Yeah, might as well. Do you think Qatar gets out of their group? No. Haiti and Mexico. Bradley has the worst record in TFC history. Wouldn't that be Armis? Wouldn't that be Armis? WTF is going on? What the hell are you doing? Pretty much. Armstead coached a dozen games. True, but he still had the worst record. So. Yeah, you could say that the numbering, if you extrapolated that, maybe you're right. But I'd still say Bradley is worse technically. You're right. I'm happy. Hell, I'm eating a good amount of food on camera because of it. Not really, but we'll just play it like that. How about that? So I'm good. I'm celebrating. I'm sitting pretty. I'm sitting pretty, Sitting pretty, my friend. By the way, though, how about Scott Kennedy going to NYCFC? I feel sorry for you for that shit show you're about to witness. Scott Kennedy to NYCFC. I feel sorry for you, man. I feel sorry. We're back to the stats at the half. All right. I'll check it after this is over. Deal with that. Scott Kennedy's still a horrible center back. But then again, he could be better than Tony Alfaro, who got dunked on by Zach McGraw. Who knows? Perez came on for Oriana, and it looked like Henriquez was coming on too for El Salvador. That's halftime subs. Martinique playing forward. Could this be a third? Off in the second half, and Martinique might just score a third here. Fifth, 46th minute, El Salvador made 3 subs at the half to try to get this game overturned. It just looks like cotton. Had to make sure. Why would I have any faith in Martinique? Nobody has any faith in them. They had 1 good run out of 8 Gold Cups. What do you want me to do? Act like they'll turn back the time? Mexique came on for Fortune. You can't hold that one against me. Harold Osorio off for Perez for El Salvador. Martinez off for Enriquez. And Reyes for Oriana. Their triple sub. I mean, seriously, though. Like, who has any faith in Martinique? They're there to get their ass kicked normally. Except once. I think that was 2013. Might be wrong, but let me just say. Martinique Gold Cup results. There we go. Martinique at the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Group stage, 8th place in 1993. Quarterfinals in 2002. Group stage, 10th place, 2013. Group stage, 12th place in 2003. 3 straight Gold Cups. Group stage finishes. And ongoing, they're winning this game. But they made a run in 2002. So, yeah, there you go. They made a run in 2002. They did beat Canada in 2013. They did 1-0. Yep. Canada only drew Panama. Yeah, that 2013 Gold Cup was hell. So, red card for Martinique. Red card. That's incredibly harsh. Let me see. I don't think that'll change the game, though. They'll still, at worst, they'll draw. Red card for Martinique. That is Rivieres coming off. Rivieres is off for Martinique. Not a good call. So 2002 was their best run. They've been group stage exits ever since. Rivieres is off. That does really hurt them. It is a bad call. Not even a VAR check? All right, that's just no way. They'll take the free kick. Yeah, no, it must have been a really bad call then. Cross in, headed, blocked away. Can El Salvador score 3 in 40 minutes? Well, Martinique gets a red card. Rivieres is off. No replays. Not a single replay, huh? They realized it was such a bad call that they're not even showing any replays. Now, I can believe you then, yeah. They're not showing any replays, no VAR check. No, they realized it was such a bad call, but Martinique just got CONCACAF'd. If they lose, they certainly did. Maybe this could change the game. Not to a win, maybe to a draw, unless El Salvador finally breaks the wall down. But this would only put Martinique more behind, or I should say, parking the bus even harder. If you could do that. Go from regular parked bus to a parallel parked bus. Like, you should, here's the thing for me. All right, every red card, I am not opposed to them checking VAR for every red card that is handed out. Yes, some might be useless, but again, you don't want to, especially if it's a straight red, you don't want to send somebody off on a bad call. You don't want to do it. You have the way to check the VAR. If it's a second yellow, it was at least a yellow card offense anyway. Check it just in case, but that's a lot harder to overturn and get that second yellow taken away. Ergo, taking that red away. But if it's a straight red, I'd still check it. Every red card offense should be checked, personally. I think that's something that should happen. I wouldn't want to Martinique, ball played away. Again, I think that's what should happen. Any league, anywhere around the world, FIFA World Cup, CONCACAF, anything, you should check a red card. Second yellow or straight red. You should check on VAR, the foul. Because if it is a red card, it's a red card. But again, it's better to check than not check. That's just me. But I'm being too clear. I'm not saying. Because, sometimes it's a really soft call. You could be like, yeah, but why was that a red? What I told you earlier is that what they should do is have 3 play-in paths, 3 prelims paths for the 25 Gold Cup for CONCACAF Nations League teams like they've had before. They should have 3 prelim paths for CONCACAF sides and an extra prelim path with 4 invited guests. Oceania should be one of them. If not, 2 of those teams should be from Oceania. 4 invited guests and have them play a play-in path. You have 3 teams from CONCACAF who play in. You have a guest who plays in. So in the end, you have 15 CONCACAF teams and 7 invited teams. So they even get to play in that as a prelim. Some teams even get to play in that prelim as an invitee. I think that's the smart play. With the 24 teams, with the invites, the 8 invites, and the 16 teams. Well, actually, that would mean 9 teams. Eight teams that have qualified came in as a prelim side. 15 teams from CONCACAF. Or what you can do is take 2 Oceanian teams versus 2 CONCACAF teams and have that be a play-in round. And the last spot of the 24 could either be a invited Oceanian guest or a CONCACAF team. So you could still play for that 16th spot being CONCACAF, but it could also be an extra team to the invited guests. You could also do that if you didn't want to lose that 16th spot officially. What you could do is that 4th playoff path to qualify. They play a double playoff path. The 4 teams play their games. The 2 winners will play 2 Oceanian teams. The winners of those games play in the playoff final. And that is your last team of the 24 in the 25 Gold Cup. If it's an Oceanian team, that's an extra invite. If it's a CONCACAF team, they have their whole 16 teams. You could do that as well. And because Oceania is not getting invited as into the tournament proper, I think you have to invite them to the prelims if you want to put Oceania into the 25 Gold Cup and give them a chance to play in. But New Zealand would probably win that, but still. Why isn't CONCACAF invited teams from South America like they used to? They're about to in 2025. 2 of those teams will be South American, 2 European, 2 Asian, 2 African. Of course, 16 CONCACAF teams or 15, depending if they listen. 2, 4, 6, 8. And maybe Oceanian teams get invited for the prelims. I think that would be smart. I would stand for that. Oh! No, it's just that they were never going to get called in. It was always going to be 2 England or 2 English or 2 UEFA. 2 UEFA, 2 Asia, 2 Africa, 2 South America. It was always going to be that way for the 25 Gold Cup. I'm going by what I heard. The only way Oceania gets into this, and you have every confederation, is if they play the play-in round. If you let them play the play-in and you still have them participate in the Gold Cup, and one of them could win and get in and be in the proper Gold Cup, but they still were technically invited. I want them to be invited. I would not have, personally, I may be the only one saying that Oceania at least deserves a Gold Cup prelims, 2 teams to go to the Gold Cup prelims in one of the 4 prelim spots and have a path that they could play into this tournament. I'm probably the only one saying that. So if I secretly despised Oceania, why would I be saying that? I'm going to bat for them, damn it. I bet CONCACAF didn't even think of that. Some would take their U23. Some would invite their best players. If England gets called in, I hope they take their best players. I want them to bottle it. It's never coming home. I hope England does. It'll probably be a B team. But their B teams would still be better than half the tournament anyway. A team's probably overkill. But CONCACAF could also say we're forcing you to send your A team because if you don't, you're pretty much ripping people off. But then again, they don't do that anyway for CONCACAF teams anyway, so what's the point? Then again, they could have done that to the USA or Canada and said you're ripping people off if you don't bring your A team, and well, technically they didn't, so. I just said I wanted to see England get called up so they bottle it. Because some English fan was like, we want to go to the Gold Cup so we can take it, so it can come home. One, why would the CONCACAF Gold Cup count as coming home? Why would it? You got invited. You've never played this tournament before. You probably never even wanted to play this tournament until you could get invited to it. And you know you have to take the freaking small potatoes because you can't win a Euros or a World Cup for that matter. You know this will be easy. Or at least you think it will be. Euro snobs. I hope you bottle it, you freaking losers. It'll never come home. Not even the CONCACAF Gold Cup. It'll never come home. I'd love to see the England fans just cry when they lose the CONCACAF Gold Cup, thinking it was going to be a piece of cake. And they'll send their best team so it could finally come home. And then they bottle it anyway. Hopefully, Italy, it came to Rome. Exactly. Hopefully, Italy is the other European team. So, hey, if a CONCACAF team can't beat England, Italy does it again. Just like Euro 2021. I win anyway. I would also rather it be Canada, but, you know, I would be rooting for CONCACAF against England no matter what. But I would rather it be Canada. But if it's Italy versus England again, like Euro 21, hey, I'd love to see Italy make them cry again. It was fun the first time. How about we do it over in the United States? How about they do it over in the United States as well? I will go anywhere for that final. If it's Canada, England, or Italy, England, I will go to that final. Or if it's Japan, I will go to that final. No matter what, I will go to that final. I don't care if it's in Dreadlands. I don't care if it's in LA. I'm getting to that final. Free kick El Salvador, but I agree. It'll never come home. It's never coming home. It's not. The island nations aren't doing half bad so far. I agree. I'm a little bit shocked. CONCACAF might actually be growing. The game might actually be growing. The Nations League might actually be working. I'm surprised. Yes, I said it'd be Jamaica versus Canada in the final. And Canada loses, but still. Without Eustachio, though? Well, technically it's the same. Over the bar. Good strike, but over. Gil on for Menjivar. I'm not saying I just want to see England do what they do. Choke. If they get invited, I want to see them choke. I mean, I always want to see England choke, but it would be kind of nice to see them choke in CONCACAF play. Not the Qatar, though. No. No way. USA. 3-1 Canada versus Guadeloupe. I agree. It's called football. Yes, it's called football. Even for me, I'm an anti-Euro snob, but I don't like the word soccer. It does not mesh well with me. I saw that. Guadeloupe 1-1 Canada. BS. Then again, though, we don't have Eustachio, so you know what? Maybe. But Jaden Nelson did get called up, so. He's playing well with Rosenborg, Jaden. Half and half. Another reason why I hate England. They created the name, and then as CONCACAF started using it, they hated it. Why is England making fun of us for calling it soccer when they were the ones to come up with the name? Because CONCACAF USA started using the word soccer. And they wanted to flex their superiority. They would have won, but Gianluigi Donnarumma had an amazing penalty shootout. 3 saves. Nice. I'd say you have a good prediction there, but England doesn't win finals. They don't win finals. Unless Jeff Hurst is in the team. Hi-oh! It didn't even go over the line. It didn't even go over the line. We all know that it was a fix. We all know that the Germans got robbed the line. The ball didn't cross. See that Jeff Hurst a knob. And there's a goal for El Salvador, but it gets taken away for offside. The week after Gold Cup ends. So you have the midweek is All-Star game and the All-Star MLS festivities. Then that weekend starts the Leagues Cup. So pretty much you have no break there. Great goal for El Salvador, but offside. Goal for El Salvador. Oh, come on. No. Gill puts it away, but he was slightly offside. Yeah, John Herdman should out-tactic Gareth Southgate. Exactly. Or we could have freaking Ancelotti at that point. We won't. Phil Neville could out-tactic Gareth Southgate. There we go. No, Terry Dunfield is going to have Toronto win the Leagues Cup. Or at least make top 3 so they can go to Champions Cup. I believe it. I believe in Terry Dunfield. See? Oh, yeah, he could, yeah. But not John Herdman. Or Phil Neville, for that matter. Gareth Southgate's a fraud. That waistcoat fraud. I hope he makes it to Gold Cup 25. I hope Southgate makes it to Gold Cup 25 if England come over so John Herdman can out-tactic him. It'd be hilarious. Harry Maguire is the reason why Canada wins. I won't complain. And Harry Kane puts one over the bar again, just like he did against France. Saved by Tomas Ribeiro. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. Even Chris Armas. Like, I want to see Harry Kane put one over the bar at the Gold Cup final against Canada, like he did against France. Just so I could say, hey, England, you probably should have went for Fuller and Balogun, yeah? Yes. Herdman's a fraud. 3 defenders and the Kennedy is the center back. I saw a stupid poll. What tournament would I watch? Euros 24, Copa America. Euros, come on. Well, here's the good thing about that. Euros come on before Copa America. You can watch both tournaments straight through. You can watch the Euros games in the morning and the early afternoon. Then at night, you can watch Copa America. Genius. Which is what I'll be doing. Even if I don't cover the Euros on this channel, that's what I'll be doing. Oh, and the Nations League. Oh, wait, no. The Nations League will be in March. The finals will not be in March. Yeah, true. But still. See, that's the good thing about time zones. You can watch the Euros, then Copa America. Straight through. That's the good thing about time zones. Money. Copa 90 said Canada may go on strike next international window for the men and women after the Women's World Cup because they might go bankrupt. I know, I saw. Jason DeVos said they're about to go bankrupt. Cross in. Copa America will be much better with USA, Mexico, and Canada. I agree. I agree. And then when Canada, and then after the 2025 Gold Cup, Canada would have to play Finalissima because they would have won Copa America. They're not. But when they do beat England and they still somehow won Copa America and they play Finalissima, maybe we win 2 trophies in 2025. I don't even know why I'm trolling. Balogun's better than Ivan Toney. Balogun's better than Callum Wilson. And Balogun's better than Harry Kane. No joke. No joke. They let the best striker out of all 4 of those guys walk to the USA. Folarin Balogun is better than Ivan Toney. He is better than Callum Wilson. And he's better than Harry Kane. And they let him walk. I mean, I'm glad. Because I'd rather the U.S. succeed than England succeed, you know? So I guess in the end, it's pretty good for me. But Balogun's better than all 3. He's better than all 3. 71st minute. Exactly. Especially Italy and Toronto. Damn. You might have to play at Sky Dome. Come on now. Or Portugal, for that matter. You could have an international window where you play Italy and Portugal. You have a window where you can play Italy and Portugal in Toronto, and you fill out the Sky Dome 2 nights in a week. You couldn't even use BMO for those games. Or if you did, there'd be people standing on the food building trying to watch for free. You could run a watch party, too. Where they would hold the freaking CNE. You're freaking amazing. That is an amazing idea. If they weren't so cheap, you could have Italy versus Canada and Portugal versus Canada at BMO Field or at Sky Dome over a week, and you make money hand over fist. That fixes your problems. Well, I know it would be full against Italy and Portugal, but probably Croatia as well. But I'm just going with the fact that there's a giant Portuguese and Italian diaspora in Toronto. That's why I was going for that. Probably would be filled blue and red for Portugal, but still. But the point is you could fill the Sky Dome with a Italy versus Canada friendly or a Canada versus Portugal friendly. That's why I said that. Croatia, you would fill BMO, but probably not Sky Dome. Cross in, shot, blocked away. Martinique is still holding on. What a game. Euros won the poll. Netherlands, Croatia had way more fans than Italy, Netherlands, and Spain. That is true. But I do realize Croatian fans travel well. They would travel to Toronto just to sell out BMO, so that's true. Joke's on you, I don't watch cricket. McDavid won the Ted Lindsay. That doesn't surprise me. The only thing I know about cricket is Sachin Tendulkar. That's all I know. That he's the best player of all time. That's all I know. That's all I know. So, there you go. That is true. Martinique making 2 subs. I can't believe Martinique might hold on to this. Jeez. That's fine. LeBeau is off for Marnie. Heel is off for Heel. Gil is off for Gil. And Martinique made 1 more sub. So everybody's used their subs with 15 to go. And it's still 2-0 Martinique. Dos Cero. I can't believe it. Might as well. Save. Yeah, I found this at a gas station. You're just unlucky tonight. Shot! Past the post. Like, I haven't seen Hubba Bubba Max in ages. Saw it at a gas station, I think on my way to Louisville, and I bought 2 of them. Boom. True. That's a Gundogan going to Barcelona. He's a Messi type player. They need that type of player on their team. So I think Gundogan going to Barcelona is a really good signing. I think it's a good move for Barca. It's a good move for Gundogan. If they could get him registered, he's on. That's out for a corner. I honestly can't believe it. I mean, that's a good team. That'll be fun to watch, but I can't believe it. 77th minute. Of course, next, I'll be live and reviewing Costa Rica, Panama after this game is over, and we're only 13 minutes away. El Salvador. Can they salvage this into a draw? They're up a man. Nice. '78th minute. Plays on is El Salvador looking for a chance, and they got nothing. Cross, and they give it away. Oh, my God. El Salvador game. South Korea. Lots of upsets already in this Gold Cup. That is true. Well, the prelims for sure. Jamaica should have beat USA, but I'll say a draw is an upset, sort of. Plays on, shot, blocked away. El Salvador's about to lose to Martinique. Haiti beat Qatar, but I picked that. Is it really a freaking upset if I picked it? I don't think so. Goalie's down. I guess the way Mexico won over Honduras. I don't blame you. I said Jamaica. No, they lost both finals. Goalkeeper's up. Good. I want to see Canada beat USA in the Gold Cup. Well, I mean, looks like they're going to VAR. If El Salvador equals to 10, this game's over. Could there be another red card on Martinique? The shirt pull? Are they saying this could be a penalty? At least a red card, if not or penalty, if not a red card. I mean, red card and a penalty for dogs. Red card for dogs, so and a penalty. Yeah, I would say so. I think so. That just looks like a total penalty and a dog so to me. So red card for dog so Martinique should be down to 9 and a penalty. That's my guess. That's what I think. Penalty for El Salvador. Will the red card come? Because I think that's dog so straight up. Knowing El Salvador's luck today, they'll miss the penalty, but still. Yellow card? Whoa. El Salvador has 9 minutes. If they score this penalty, they have 9 minutes to tie it up. Player should have got a red card. I agree. Enriquez to take. Jairo Enriquez to take this penalty. Jairo Enriquez to take this penalty. Can he put El Salvador back into this game? 1 away from drawing, 2 away from winning. I think this should be up an extra man. Rupern gets the yellow. Should be off, but okay. Enriquez to take the run up in the 83rd minute. Takes a slow run up, takes the shot. Saved! A save by Clementia. Oh my God. It just gets from bad to worse for El Salvador. Clementia was on his line. He was on his line. Corner. Cross in. Header. Zavaleta can't get the head to it. Corner for El Salvador. The Canada game tomorrow's at BMO. Yes, but that's the only one they're playing at BMO. Not even a knockout stage game is being played at BMO. Header. Punched away. Shot blocked away. 84th minute. El Salvador. Cross in. Header. Past the post by Zavaleta. Man, this game. Crazy. Yeah. I can't believe this either. You and me both. If El Salvador can't beat Martinique, they're about to finish on 0 points. Andre Kopitar won the Lady Bang trophy. What prediction did I have? Second place in this group, that's bullshit. They have to score now. They have to score that penalty. If they don't score that penalty, they didn't score that penalty. They're screwed. They're done. They done. They done, son. Even if, let's just say, and they take it to the corner. Martinique's already taken it to the corner. They're already taking it to the corner. Back to Tomas Romero. I mean, I can't blame this game on Romero that much. I mean, I really can't, but this is curtains. Yeah, it's curtains. Shot over the bar. These shots are the epitome of desperation, my friend. El Salvador knew they screwed up. They knew they screwed up. They're trying to save themselves. They can't do it. That was El Salvador blowing this game. '88th minute. 6-2 LSU. Let's go. Let's go. I don't think Martinique is going to beat Costa Rica or Panama, though. That ain't going to happen. They just screwed over El Salvador. That's all that happened here. Right? A penalty? No penalty. And that dive was desperation. Let me see. Yeah, desperation dive by Gill. Oh, come on now. El Salvador was lucky I'm not reviewing this match, because if I did, I'd be laughing in their face. It was good. It was good. Over the bar. Besides the matches, the day in Louisville was a cluster, and getting a Louisville kit was a cluster. But other than that, who do you think the worst team is going to be at the Gold Cup? Honduras. I would have said Qatar, but they're in Honduras' group. 5 minutes of stoppage time, but that's not enough for El Salvador to get back through this. I mean, I would have said Martinique, but they're winning here, so I can't believe what I'm watching. Cleared. Goal kick for Romero. Will Qatar make the World Cup? One, I need to see the Asian qualifier format. Second of all, they'll be close. They'll be way closer than you want to. Could it be St. Kitts? They could be. True, that's true. They could be. But St. Kitts got there. They basically got their white whale. Beating Trinidad would have been a freaking plus, but they didn't. Realizing that USA and Jamaica basically have to have an arms race and beat whoever beats them the worst and beats Trinidad the worst would win the group. Yeah, I mean, St. Kitts is probably screwed because of that. So, but I think the situation explains it. I think Honduras is the worst team. I think St. Kitts would have the worst goal differential because, well, Martinique almost got a third. Yep. Honduras. How long to get rid of Diego Vasquez? Damn, you hate Diego Vasquez like I do Bob Bradley. Jesus. 92nd minute. I still think Fabian Coito is a better manager. I just think, he sort of got ran or rolled. 3 minutes to go here. With another game to go. Costa Rica, Panama. The winner of that game will very likely be winner of the group if there's a winner. Do you think Mexico just played good or Honduras was just that bad? Honduras more likely was just that bad. Mexico had some good moments and they looked the best they've had in years. That is for certain. But I don't think that's them being good. That's just their players had some really good moments and they played well under Jimmy Lozano. Shot over the bar. Is Zavaleta playing striker now? Yeah, Canada won in 85 in those qualifiers. You remember that, right? 93rd minute. I can't believe it. Zavaleta's playing striker. Header, Zavaleta. Did he? Nope, caught. Penalty? Penalty for El Salvador. What? I say TFC is at least, I don't know if they're saved, but I'd say they're at least not going to go any deeper. Too little, too late, like JoJo, Please tell me everybody got that joke. Bottle job. Salvador Mina is going to go after Hugo Perez. You know what? I'm fine with that if that means Hugo Perez can coach TFC. You want him to do that after this? Yeah, you got a point. Give me Andrea Pirlo or Antonio Conte. Yeah? Bottle job. El Salvador. Tamakis. Takes the shot. Goal. Goal. El Salvador. gets a consolation from Brian Tamakis. 2-1. Tamakis scores the penalty. Not that it matters, but maybe it'll help the goal differential. Uno a dos. I guess you want to say his wife is pregnant. Because if you're going to put the ball under your shirt, I think we all know what that means. You have a baby on the way. And that is full time. 2-1, 2-1. 2-1 for Martinique. Martinique gets an upset win to start the night over El Salvador. I can't believe it. I mean, congratulations to Tamakis, but getting the consolation and congratulations on the good news for his family, but he still lost today. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send super chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in place. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I shall see you in a couple about 25 minutes for Costa Rica Panama stream, and then I'll review that game once it's over. (2-1) to Martinique, 2-1. With that being said, I'm riding them out. Peace. See you later.